Hey, what's up guys? It's the final round and my name is Jordan. This is a channel where I give opportunities that I find before the lines come out. So this episode comes out the day before. I do not have a Patreon or a paid Discord. I don't want to have a paywall for my picks. I put in a lot of work for these picks and I want to give it to the thousands of people that watch them, not just the 10 people that would pay for the picks. So I do have a Cash App if you would like to donate. The Cash App is the $ final round 11, and I would really appreciate it if you guys donate to the channel. That really helps motivate me more to find more picks for you guys and to keep doing this research. All of your guys' support, even if it's not financially, it means a lot to me. It's been awesome over the last week or so. The growth on this channel has been astronomical and it is absolutely amazing. And I think I got my first hater. He might have been joking, but he just said, "I hate you." So if you could like this video, subscribe if you have not, and if you have a little bit of extra time, leave a comment. It helps the algorithm and gets the video out there more, gets more exposure. But let's not waste any of your time. Let's get into these 8 picks. This video is sponsored by Manscaped Raid Shadow Legends characters. I'm just kidding. Let's get into the 8 picks. My first pick, he doesn't play the shooting guard position, but I kind of see him as a shooting guard. Jaylen Brown for the Boston Celtics. Derek White plays shooting guard position. He starts as shooting guard, but he plays just 20 minutes a game, and they're playing against the Spurs. The Spurs give up the most points to the shooting guard position, and I believe those points are going to go to Jaylen Brown. I kind of see him as a shooting guard. They give up the 2nd most steals and the 4th most fantasy points, so you can definitely take a look at his points prop alone, but if you really want to, if the fantasy points looks good, I think that's a good bet as well. Over his last 5 road games, he has 25 points, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists. So check those rebounds lines and the assist lines. If they have them over 7 rebounds and over 3 assists, where he averages that, stick to the points and stay away from any PRAs because they're looking for more than what he averages. But if they're lower than that, if it's like 5 rebounds, 5.5 rebounds, and like 2.5 assists, PRAs or fantasy points might be the way to go. My second pick, gonna go with his teammate. I think both of these guys are gonna have a really good game. Jason Tatum, obvious pick. The Spurs just give up a lot of points to these positions. They give up the 3rd most points and the 3rd most rebounds, the 2nd most assists, and the most fantasy points to the power forward position. And Jason Tatum has 29 points, 9.5 rebounds, and 5.5 assists over his last 5 road games. So this is definitely a team where Jason Tatum can fill the stat sheet all around. This is a great spot for PRA or fantasy points for Jason Tatum. The fear is, like always, back-to-back for the Spurs. I think Keldon Johnson got hurt, so they're going to be shorthanded as well. This is a really big blowout spot. We say it every time. I said it with the Bucks, and then the Hornets blew them out. It's the NBA. All these guys can ball, so you never know. But still, if you are scared, there's always the first half prop. My third pick, the Kings are playing against the Lakers. The Lakers will be on a back-to-back. LeBron James was actually questionable tonight. I doubt he plays tomorrow. So the Lakers are going to be shorthanded, playing against a rested Kings team. And the Lakers, they give up the 5th most points, the 6th most assists, and the 2nd most fantasy points to the point guard position. So I'm looking at De'Aaron Fox. He has 26.5 points and 7 assists over his last 5 home games. So I expect a big game for him, points and assists, and if you feel like it, fantasy points is there as well with this Lakers team, who's most likely going to be shorthanded. And the Lakers also give up the 5th most rebounds, the 5th most assists, and the third most fantasy points to the center position. So we're looking at Domantas Sabonis. And I did just say assist and rebounds. So if you want to go with just his assists and rebounds, that's perfectly fine. But fantasy points, that's all around. Domantas Sabonis over his last 5 home games has 22.5 points, 14 rebounds, and 8.5 assists. So you could just choose fantasy points. Once again, if you're afraid of a blowout with a shorthanded Lakers team, there's always the first half prop. I like Sabonis and De'Aaron Fox to have really big games against the Lakers. My 5th pick, let's get into some non-sexy names for the NBA. Looking at Jared Vanderbilt, going up against the Chicago Bulls, who the Chicago Bulls will be on a back-to-back. They give up the 4th most points and the most rebounds to the power forward position, along with the 3rd most fantasy points. And if you watch Jazz games, Jared Vanderbilt, he is a rebounding machine. That's all he mostly does is rebound. And over his last 5 road games, he has 9 points, 9 rebounds, and 4.5 assists. So if they have his rebound prop around 8.5, I think I've seen it, 7.5, I think that's a really great play for tomorrow. And from the same game, my 6th pick, I know he's on a back-to-back, but Vucevic just had a really great game. He had 19 points, 18 rebounds, and 10 assists, and he just happens to be going up against the Jazz, who give up the most points, the 3rd most rebounds, the 2nd most assists, and the 2nd most fantasy points to the center position. So if he plays, he should play. I don't know why they would rest him. Just had a great game. He's in a great spot to have another game just like it. Over his last 5 home games, they will be going home. They just played a road game, so he will get some sleep in his normal bed with his normal pillow. Over his last 5 home games, he has 15 points, 10.5 rebounds, and 3 assists. So that big assist game, that 10 assist game, was kind of an anomaly. So hopefully the lines aren't too high on his assist, but PRA, fantasy points, I think it's going to be a really good spot for him. If he plays, I don't know what the Bulls like to do with their management on back-to-backs, but if he plays, great spot for Vucevic. And my 7th pick, this guy's also on a back-to-back, but he's playing very well in place of Zion Williamson. Najee Marshall up against the Dallas Mavericks, who give up the 2nd most points and the 4th most rebounds to the power forward position. And Marshall has played 30 minutes plus over his last 2 games. And in those 2 games, he's averaging 19.5 points and 8 rebounds. So if they even put out lines for him, especially on Prizepicks, I know they don't like to put out lines for some of the smaller name guys. If they put out lines for him, definitely look around the maybe 14.5 point range or 6.5, 7.5 rebound range. Great spot for Najee Marshall, who's coming off a really good game, very efficient game. I think he took 11 shots. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't miss many shots, played very efficiently. And my 8th and final pick, I know I just put in some kind of smaller names, so I got to put in a big name. Luka Doncic up against the Pelicans, who are on a back-to-back. The Pelicans give up the 3rd most assists to the point guard position, so if you just want to look at the assists for Luka, this is a really good spot for him. And they give up the 9th most fantasy points to the point guard position. So with them giving up so much assist and then the 9th most fantasy points, the other stat categories they weren't giving up a ton of it, but it was kind of above average, if that makes sense. And Luka, of course, we know he's gone off. His last 5 home games, he has 36.5 points, 11.5 rebounds, and 9 assists. So once again, great spot for Luka Doncic. So that's my 8 picks. There weren't as many games as there usually are. Kind of a smaller slate, not like too small, it's like a medium one. Sorry I couldn't get you guys to 10 picks. Maybe one day I'll surprise you if I have a lot of time and just come out with like 20 picks or like 15 picks and just you guys are just like, what the heck, and you don't even know what to do with it. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and Thank you to the people who have donated to the channel at the Cash App, $ Final Round 11. You guys are awesome. I can't thank you enough that you would go out of your way and donate. And you're not getting like hidden picks from me or anything like that. You're still getting what everyone else is getting. Your heart just told you, hey, I'm gonna give some money to this guy and help him out, and I appreciate that. Thank you so much. And also thank you to everyone who comments and has conversation, everyone in the Discord. Yes, there's Discord, I forgot to mention it. A link in the description. You can join the community, always talking about lines that they're looking at. And I did want to mention, I do get people asking me, and I have to give the same answer. People will ask me, what's your lock, or what's your favorite 2 picks or 3 picks? And my answer is always going to be, I just gave you X amount of picks. These are all great opportunities that I found. This is your hard-earned money. You worked hard for it. I'm not going to tell you what to do with it. I know there's other picks channels that tell you what to do. You can follow those. Some of those guys are really good at what they do. But at the end of the day, it's your money, and if you follow those guys and you lose the money, you shouldn't get mad at them because you made that decision. So I'm going to tell you, make that decision, because it's the people who look at the research and make the decisions themselves who become the best bettors over time. You don't want to get complacent and hooked on just one person's picks every single day and just hoping that they're right. You want your picks to be right. You want your judgment to be correct every single day, and that helps you sleep at night whether you win or you lose. So once again, thank you guys so much. You're all great. You're all amazing. Have a blessed day. If you're not having a great day while you watch this, I pray that your day gets better. If you're having a great day, then I'm happy for you. So my name is Jordan. It's the final round. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye.